The Toastmaster. Thank you. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and most welcomed guests. If you all turn in your hymnals to pay... Oh, wait, that's a different speech. All right. So, I would like to start with the title of my speech, which is, Are You Whole? How many of you have heard this following expression? You don't have anything unless you have your health. Anyone? Show of hands. Heard that expression? Does anybody really know what it means? Does anybody understand how is it relevant to your world, to your daily life? It's a very broad statement. If you don't have your health, what do you really have is another way to put it. According to Webster's, health is the condition of being sound in body, mind, and or spirit. The general condition of the body's flourishing condition, or very quite simply, freedom from disease. I'd like to take a minute to also give you another version of what health is. The word health comes from the Anglo-Saxon hal, whence also come the words heal and whole. Perhaps the simplest definition of the word healing is to make whole. But there's an even more profound dimension to the deepest healing. It's also spiritual. The same root that gave us heal and whole also gave us the word holy. I ponder this concept frequently, especially when I'm thinking of my mother-in-law who passed recently and my aunt, because I named my youngest daughter after my aunt because she has an infatigable passion for life. She's jubilant, but yet she misses parts of those definitions because she's a diabetic. My daughter Alexa is about 9 years old, and she comes to me once in a while and she says, Papi, am I going to be diabetica? Why did Ama have to go to heaven? Do I have to get shots in my tummy like she did? And that's when I really stop and focus on what altruistically is my role in my family. So, on that thought, I want my family to be whole. My family is, in my personal opinion, a holy institution. So therefore, it's my job to keep it whole. And if there were a way to describe how important and how relevant it is to you, will you all look to the person to your right? Now look to your left. If we go on the assumptions that the majority of you are of Mexican-American descent, one of the three of you is either diabetic or pre-diabetic already. This is why I brought this to you tonight, because I want to mention a little something about Hispanics, since we are in Hispanic Heritage Month. And here's a little factoid that some of you will like to hear. More than 3/4 of California Latinos, that's 77.3% to be quite exact, are of Mexican heritage. The prevalence of diabetes has been increasing among Californians of Mexican descent just since 2001. That means 7 out of 10 of the people you knew just 6 years ago, out of 100 people you knew, pardon me, are now diabetics. 7 of the Mexican people that you know. In addition to that, about Central American descent Californians is about 5%. So anybody who's a Latino living in this country, because of the lifestyle we have, particularly if you are from originally another country, living a sedentary lifestyle, the urban lifestyle, you're very, very likely to come across health problems which can lead to diabetes. Now, what are you doing? What is your altruistic goal to keep you and your family whole? Are you standing by and watching the ravages of urban lifestyle chip away at your family's health, at your personal health? It's like, oh, I'm going to go work out, and I've got my membership, and, well, you know, I'll go next week. Or, you know, tonight, did anybody enjoy our snacks? Okay. But how many of you have aunts, uncles, cousins that this is the daily fare for their kids? Right before an exciting game of Xbox and bedtime. These are the things that culturally challenge us. We inherit heritage. But that doesn't necessarily mean that we have to keep all of it. We need to get out. You know, it's a great soccer game on Sunday that I watch. Sometimes I go to Jaime's house. We'll watch a soccer game. But it's also important that I get my girls to play soccer as opposed to watching it on TV with me so that I can contribute to their wholeness. So, I have with me today one thing that I'd like to share with you. That is that you have the power to gain the knowledge of how to make your family whole. There's a lot of resources, but it starts at home. One of the things that Blanca and I are doing to keep our families whole is we'd like to invite you to join us to learn more about that. And very simply, all you have to do is pick up one of these little brochures right here on the way out. Join us for the Step Out to Fight Diabetes Walk on October 20th in Long Beach, California. Bring your family, bring your friends. Have your kids learn, educate yourselves, and assure that you're keeping yourself and your loved ones whole. Mr. Toastmaster.